Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, then welcome. Hello. Please hit that subscribe button down below as well as the bell next to it so that you can join my little community and also get notified when I upload new content. Moving on to today's topic, if you are watching this video, it is either because you are a small YouTuber who is looking to get sponsored, you are wondering how other people do it and how they get sponsored, or you have fallen down the black hole that is YouTube and you just randomly wound up upon this video, in which case, thank you for the view. I appreciate that. Now, if you're subscribed to me, then some of you may have already seen that about a week ago, I partnered with a company called Coconut & Company, and I did a video talking about their coconut oil. Their product is really truly amazing, and I stand behind everything I said in that video. Also, a disclaimer, this video is not sponsored whatsoever by anybody, not even Coco & Co. I do truly just love that product. And I will be referencing them in this video because that was the company that I worked with and was able to do a sponsorship with. Now, you're probably wondering how in the world I did that. If you are here, then you have probably already seen that I only have upwards of about 20 followers. So I've got, I think at the moment, 27. At the time of that video, I think I only had about 22 to 25. I'm not sure the exact number, but it was somewhere in that ballpark range. Now, in the world of YouTube, that is a microscopic number of subscribers, and no, I did not lie to the company. No, I did not lie to my viewers. No, I did not make a fake sponsorship video. So in this video, stick around because I am going to be telling you guys how exactly I landed that opportunity. So I am obviously new to YouTube, and I'm not here to say or pretend that I am like a know-it-all on this topic. I'm not here to pretend that I have all of the answers or that I've perfected this by any means. I clearly have 27 subscribers, which, thank you, by the way. I really do appreciate you guys. But I'm in no means like a genius when it comes to this kind of stuff. I honestly consider myself just to be lucky. But in my short time here on YouTube, what I have learned and what I can tell you guys is that sponsorships are basically just videos that are put out by YouTubers in partnership with a company. They have agreed to make a video or create content in some way in exchange for either product, payment, an upfront payment, or a commission of some kind. The YouTuber is somehow benefiting from this partnership, and the companies are benefiting by getting marketing. Now, most of the time this is done by bigger YouTubers, like people that I watch, for example, India Batson, Curly Penny, Jillian Mercado, Shane Dawson, really big names that are very well known in the YouTube industry. And you don't really hear about smaller YouTube channels, say under 1,000, with under 1,000 subscribers, getting those kinds of sponsorship deals. It's just not really heard of. I'm not saying it's impossible, obviously it's not. I'm not saying that there aren't a lot of small YouTubers who have done this, but I'm just saying that the majority of sponsored videos are coming from these bigger name YouTubers. Now, another thing that I've learned is that sponsored videos are somewhat of a controversial topic for some reason. Some viewers have problems with sponsored videos because they feel like the content is biased. They don't feel like the YouTuber is actually being honest in what they're saying about these products or services or whatever it is that they may be sponsored by. I can totally see where viewers are coming from. I personally don't see the issue with them, and I never have, even as just a viewer. I think that we need to take in stride that YouTube is a job for a lot of people, and this is how they make their money. I think that if you're watching content on a channel regularly, I think that there should be enough trust towards the person creating the content that you shouldn't have to question their motives. That's just my personal opinion. I don't watch people if I don't really trust what they're saying. I just don't think that it's worth my time. But all of that is just my opinion. Those are the couple of things that I've learned in my very short time here on YouTube. Like I said, I think I said, I've only been around on YouTube for maybe about a month to a month and a half. So take what I'm saying in stride. This is just my opportunity to share my experience with you. I'm by no means, like I said, a guru when it comes to sponsored videos. So now that we have a little bit of background on sponsored videos and what they are, what they entail, I want to tell you guys my story. So I had been using this product, I had been using this coconut oil by Coconut & Company, and I genuinely fell in love with their product. If you haven't seen that video yet, I will link it probably up here somewhere, so please be sure to check that out so that all of this video kind of makes sense to you. But I had been using that coconut oil, and I genuinely fell in love with it, like I said.
And I kind of consider myself lucky that I even came across this opportunity, but
I had been also at the same time doing some research on how people get sponsored on YouTube. I was wondering how to monetize videos. Obviously later down the line I didn't think that this would happen so quickly, but I wanted to have these things in the back of my mind for later on when, you know, if my YouTube channel is able to grow. I wanted to already know these things so that I can make it happen quickly. And all I could really come across and all I could really find is that bigger YouTubers are the ones getting sponsorships. Typically companies will reach out to them, they'll send them free product on the fly, and have them do a review on it or something of the sort. And I was like, well duh, that makes sense because they're big YouTubers, they have a lot of subscribers, of course they're getting sponsorship deals. I never in a million years thought that smaller YouTubers with say under 1,000 subscribers could get sponsored too. What I didn't know and what I was just lucky enough to come across was that you can actually reach out to the companies yourself, which I think is what a lot of small YouTubers who get sponsored do. That's what I did. Now at the time I did not know that Coconut and Company does this kind of thing. I was unaware of that completely. That is not at all why I seeked out their product in the first place. I actually just happened to come across it on Amazon when I was searching for a new coconut oil, and I was searching their website to look for a jar of coconut oil that I wanted to buy, and at the bottom where they have like the contact us, about us, all of that general information that that websites will have at the bottom of their page, I happened to get to the end of the page and just spotted that, and on there it said there was a tab for influencer, and there was a tab for, I think it was, what was it, partnership affiliate program, something like that. And so I clicked on the influencer one because that made sense to me. I was like, oh, influencers, YouTubers, Instagrammers, people who do sponsored tweets, all of those people are influencers. So I clicked on the tab to see what it was all about. I thought maybe there'd be like a description of it, a process, requirements, all of that. There wasn't actually a whole lot of information there as far as like requirements go, but there was an application link. So I said, you know what, screw it. I'm gonna try the application. I'm gonna see what comes of it. I didn't know what would come of it. I wanted to see how far along the application process I could get before I was told no, basically. I figured that somewhere along the line in the application there'd be like, you need to have 50,000 subscribers or 50,000 followers, and I'd say, okay, well now I can't finish the application, so let me just move on to something else. That didn't happen. So I started filling out the application. It asked me very general basic information about myself, my name, an email address. It asked me what social medias I use, and then it did ask me how many followers and subscribers I have. I believe with all of those combined, don't quote me on that, it was either a combined amount or it was on whichever one I use the most. Which for me, that's Instagram. So I did link my Instagram in that application, and then I I wrote out how many followers I have, which is something like just over 1,000 followers on Instagram. And then I also listed that I use YouTube, and then there's like an email portion. So you fill out all that basic information, and then there's like an email portion where you fill out why you want to be an influencer for them, why you want to work with them. And so I filled that out, and I sent it through. Now, never in a million years did I think I would get a response, and never in a million years did I think I'd get a yes at that. So a couple days later in my inbox, I was going through my emails, and I happened to come across a title that said influencer submission, and then my submission number. So I clicked on it, and I was like, okay, it's gonna be a no. Obviously, I have like 1,000 people that follow me on Instagram and like 20 people on my YouTube. There's no way they want to work with me. Wrong. So I opened the email, and to my absolute surprise, the person emailing me back said that they would love to work with me, and they wanted to know if I could do a video on how to use coconut oil. And I was like, yeah, I can do a video on how to use coconut oil. I like douse my whole life in coconut oil. So I was like, yeah, I want to do it. So we started emailing back and forth, and the process took a little while. I want to say it took maybe about 2.5 to 3 weeks. So me and this guy were emailing back and forth for a lot of the time, trying to work out details and all of that. And then there was a little bit of time, I think it was like 3 days from the finalization of our emails, where they send out the free product that they sent me to review. And then I had like, I think it was 14 days after I received the products to put out the video. And so I think the overall process, it might have taken closer to about 3 weeks total. So I mean, and then the rest of it is history. I put that video out, which again I will link up here somewhere, and if you haven't checked that out, go check out that video, and it helps me out as a creator. But yeah, so that's my story. That's how I did it. I reached out to them. It wasn't that they came to me. I didn't have like an enormous amount of followers or subscribers, nothing like that. I didn't scam them into working with me. I was very honest with them the whole process. Yeah, it was really just luck of the draw. But so that's my story, and now here's my advice. Number one, you obviously don't need to be a big YouTuber to get a sponsorship. I am foolproof that a YouTuber with any number of subscribers can get a sponsorship. I'm living proof of that. So you don't by any means need to have this enormous amount of followers to do it. So don't be discouraged if you have a small channel. Just go out there and look for the companies to work with. Which brings me to my advice number 2. So that my second piece of advice is to go out and search for those companies. Don't expect companies to come to you as a smaller YouTuber, because they don't know who you are. They don't know who I am. They're not going to come across our videos easily the way that they're going to come across like Shane Dawson, for example, or Jeffree Star. Our names are not out there, so we have to do the work and we have to go searching for them. And actually, I think that that's even better than them reaching out to you, only because that shows that you want to work with them. It shows that you're willing to put in the effort and the work, and I think that that actually helps a little bit too. I think big YouTubers should do that also. I'm sure some of them do, but if they don't, they should. Number 3, don't expect to always get a yes. This is something I have to prepare myself for also. We won't always get a yes. Sometimes it will be a no, but it's important to get our names out there. And it's also good for companies to know that you're interested in working with them, even as a smaller YouTuber, because as your channel grows, they're going to remember you and your name's going to stick out to them the next time that an opportunity may arise for you to work with that company. So you definitely want to get your name out there, even if they tell you no. Don't get discouraged. Your channel will grow. You will get sponsored at some point. Number 4, I firmly believe that you should genuinely love the product or service that you are going to be marketing or selling to your viewers. I think that's super important, because you want to make sure that you're making honest content. You want your viewers to be able to trust you. And also, why would you want product sent to you that you genuinely just dislike? I don't see the point in that. Yeah, sure, you can get a payout for it, but then you just have crappy product laying around that you're not going to use, and I think that's pointless. You're going to lose a lot of followers by selling them crappy stuff, so genuinely like the products you're using. Number 5, you always want to remember to be professional in your emails. I think professionalism is really important, because you are representing that company. If you are able to get a sponsorship with someone, you wind up being partnered with them and you are representing them. You're kind of a face for them. So the way that your viewers see you, you want the companies to see you that way. You want them to see you as somebody who can be worked with, somebody likable, somebody that they want representing their product to viewers. Otherwise, it's just kind of a waste of the company's time. You want to be a good face for them. Also, if you're professional, they'll be more inclined to want to work with you in the future, because some people can get sponsored by the same company over and over and over again, and you want that. You want to be able to work with a company more than once. You want them to reach out to you next time and ask you to work with them. Number 6, and kind of my final piece of advice, like I said, I'm no expert, so I really don't have like too much to be able to advise people on. These are the things that worked for me in my experience with a sponsorship. So my 6th piece of advice is to look for smaller companies to work with. Chances are that big companies don't need help getting their names out there. They already have paid marketers to do that for them. They have bigger name YouTubers to do that for them. They don't really need smaller YouTubers like me, and if you're a smaller YouTuber, then like you. And that's not to be offensive to anybody. I just mean that chances are smaller YouTubers, smaller companies need the help to get their names out there, and you can be the one to help them do that. Like with me and Coconut and Company, I don't know that it's a super well-known brand, so for them it was helpful for me to be able to get their name out there and give them exposure, and it was helpful for me to work with a company that I genuinely like and get some free product from them. So that is it. I do hope that this video was helpful to some of you. Please let me know down in the comments if you have any other questions. I would be more than happy to do another video on this, answering your guys' questions, or I can just reply back to you guys in another comment. I do reply to all of my comments. I don't really get that many anyways, but I promise I do reply to the ones that I do get. So please hit that bell for notifications when I upload new content, as well as that subscribe button, and join my little community here on the internet. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye. And I do appreciate it wholeheartedly, so please hit that bell for reminders. What? What am I saying?